Hi. So I'm here in the storage room and we want to make a table that folds down out of the back of the door. It'd be really nice to have a sort of a table that we could have right here so that as you're taking boxes out of the storage room, you have a place to put them that's not on the floor. And it'd be a nice place to wrap presents as well. So what I want to make is basically a flat surface that hinges down, and I think I'll make two of them. And the one issue is that I have the latch mechanism for the door here that's kind of in the way, so the table has to start above that. And I need some way to hold the table up when it's down. And I had always thought I would put a leg into the bottom of the table that would sort of hinge out and hold the table up from the floor. But in drawing through it, I've found that I don't have enough length in the table to make a long enough leg to go all the way to the floor. So I had to come up with a different way to do that. I thought about trying to do sort of a diagonal over to the door, but I didn't really have enough length for that either, because where that has to start within the section just didn't work. So I went online and I looked at what other people had done, and one of the big solutions a lot of people do is they make a hinged support below the table that sort of hinges out. So you have the table hinge down and then you have the leg hinge out, and then that holds the table up. And I think that will work. And I can even make that work with this latch mechanism. So that's what I'm going to try.
In deciding what wood I wanted to use for this project, I had just picked up an entire room's worth of pine wall paneling from some friends of mine who were redoing a room in their basement. When I first got this paneling, I had to remove all of the nails, which actually took quite a while. But now the wood is nail-free and stacked nicely. So I picked out a few good pieces to use on this project. In getting this pine paneling ready, I cut off the tongue and groove that was on each side of each panel. And some of them I left the full width, and some of them I cut into smaller strips. And I jointed one face. This was the face with the finish on it, so I got the finish off while doing this. And I planed the other face, and the wood is actually quite nice. I started by making the triangular support pieces. So I needed to cut the same angle over and over again. So I set up my angle cutting radial arm saw to cut that angle. I think the angle was 7 degrees, but I don't remember. It sort of doesn't have to be an accurate or round number. It just has to be the same on every cut. So I used that same setup to cut that angle where I needed it. And that would hopefully keep everything accurate. I cut the right angle cuts on the table saw.
I've been cutting out the pieces for the supports, and I want to make the supports by gluing up a bunch of thinner pieces of this pine. And I've cut out the shapes based on my little drawing, and it mostly goes together, but I've been having to try and figure out how it's actually going to fit. I had one of these pieces and I thought it was too long, so I cut it shorter and then realized it was pretty close, and I'd cut it too short now, so I got to use this for something else now.
You can see how I'm building up the support piece out of 3 layers. So I have a bottom layer, and then I have a middle layer, then a top layer. And all the pieces sort of sandwich together. And once this is glued, it should make a strong single piece. I can glue the pieces together. I used a few pin nails just to hold things together while the glue dried. I can start working on the tabletops. So I'll have a wide piece and a not so wide piece glued together, then 3 of those sets sandwiched together to make a thick tabletop. I then glued all of those together, so you can see I have a bottom layer, then I put on the second layer. I put some pin nails in the middle, so those shouldn't be at the outer surface, as I wanted to plane this piece and I didn't want to hit the pin nails with the planer. With the pin nails and clamps, I think I got it together. Once the glue had dried, I could plane the piece to a final thickness and clean up the edges. I glued up the piece a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker than I needed. And once it's together, I can then trim up the faces and the edges and make a more precise, nicely finished piece for the desktop. And I cleaned up the support pieces. I left some of the bits of those pieces a little bit big as well. I carefully jointed the sides that I could reach with the joiner. At this point, I started making the 2 pieces of blocking that I needed to attach the hinges for the desks. So this blocking will go in the basement door and be a place to attach the hinges for the desks. So I cut them to the right section and then to the right length. This is just a nice piece of fir 4x4 post. I attached the hinges. I had run a test piece on the hinges just to make sure that they were going to be in the right place. Then I could attach the desk, and it seemed like it was going to work. I didn't sink or cut out pockets for the hinges. I just attached them to the surface. I marked where the hinges were, although this wasn't entirely necessary as I had the holes for the screws to locate the hinges. And I took the hinges off of the piece of blocking. Then I worked on attaching the blocking into the door. So I used 2 big screws from above into the door structure and some smaller pocket screws into the sides of the door structure. And this seemed to hold the new piece of blocking very well. Then I could attempt to attach the door. So I have one of the tables in, and it works nicely. And I can put it on a temporary stick. But what I've realized is that my support piece that will hinge here like this hits my piece of blocking, because it has to come up as high as the bottom of the table. So I'm going to have to do this connection differently. And I have on order some hinges that I hope will fit between the studs of the door and the desk. So I won't need this piece. At least that's the hope. And I may have to cut a little notch into the desk for the piece of the support that's going to come up and connect with the table. So a little bit of a change of design. I didn't figure this out until I actually had it built. While I wait for those hinges, I can complete the support pieces, which needed some bits trimmed off. The height needed to be cut to the right height, and the bottom needed to be cleaned up. I wanted to cut a peg into the top of the support piece, and that peg will fit into the bottom of the desk. So I set up the support piece on the end of the CNC machine, and I could remove all the material that wasn't part of that peg. And it doesn't need to be very long, it just needs to be long enough to fit into a hole in the bottom of the desk. I did that for both sides. The support legs were just a little bit long to fit in the space of the basement door, so I could sand off the extra length. I attached the hinges to the support pieces. I copied the hinge location to the other support piece, just so it looks a little nicer. There's a bolt on the door that's hitting one of the support pieces, so I drilled out a space for that bolt. That's what I'm doing here. So I've had the support pieces in place at this point to kind of see how they fit. And once I have all the bits cut off that are in the way, I can sand them smooth and sand the corners down just a little bit. I cut a block of wood that holds the support piece up at the right height with a shim, which makes this a lot easier, as you really need 3 hands to do this. So once I put one up, I could put the other side up. Now to put the tables on, I clamped a level, which doesn't have to be a level. It's really just a piece that runs between the 2 support pieces to hold the table while I put it in place. With the new hinges, I needed the tables to be just slightly narrower to make space for the hinges. So I guess these are knife hinges, I've discovered. That's what they're called. I was thinking, before I found these, I was thinking, someone must make a hinge that's sort of 2 plates that rotate past each other, that fits in between a folding door or something like this. And if no one makes this, I need to start making these because they seem really useful. So I went out and looked, and yes, these are a thing. In putting the tables on, I put a support at the end of the support pieces, and I screwed a strip to the door to hold the other end of the table. So I can lay the table in place in its location when it's down without having to hold it. Then attach the hinges in that location, and hopefully everything works. And my support piece is in the way. I need to take that off. Now that everything is up, I need to find the location to drill the hole for the pegs at the top of the support pieces. So I took the tables off and brought them back out to the shop. I drilled some holes for some bolts in the door that need a little bit of space. Then I drilled the bigger hole for the support piece to fit into. Now that the tables are all shaped and ready, I can sand those smooth and put everything back together again. I got Bonnie to help hold the tables in place while I put the screws in. There's now holes for the screws in the right location, so I should be able to get the tables back in exactly the same location and have the supports work with the location of the tables. And they seem to work. Amazingly, they worked. It wasn't some horrible problem at the end. The last thing I needed to do was to make some kind of system to hold everything up and in place so that the tables and the supports don't come out when the door gets moved. So I just made some simple blocks that will hold the tables and supports in a closed position. So you can see it's just a screw and then the block can rotate. This does stick out a little bit from the back of the door, but that's how I did it. No. Lower things first.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Should probably do it like a step 1.
Step 1. Oh, I guess you can do that. So there's sort of 2 ideas with the function for this. One, it's a wrapping station. And the other function is to put storage boxes on if you're sort of looking for something. You have some place to put the box. To continue the idea that this is a wrapping station, I noticed there were spaces between the structure of the door that would let me make a little spot to store wrapping supplies like scissors and tape. I'd thought about putting a block with a bunch of CNC cutouts in it for the exact shapes of things, but really all I needed was a little lip to hold the tape and the scissors on that shelf. The other thing that isn't related to the desk that I really wanted to do for the secret door is to make a handle for the end of the threaded rod for the latch mechanism. The way it is now, you have to pull on the cut end of the threaded rod, and it doesn't really make any sense. So I'm really just turning a big knob. I found a piece of maple sitting next to the lathe, and I could make that round. And cut it to length. It was a little too long at this point. I couldn't make this handle very long, as if it sticks out very far, it hits the things on the shelf in the storage room as the door opens. So I wanted it to be just long enough, but not too long. I measured and drilled a hole that will fit the threaded rod. So I won't thread this, but I'll just sort of turn it onto the threaded rod on the door. And hopefully that'll just stay in place. I started to do the final shaping. I played around with some slow motion. And some fast motion. I was wondering how I was going to turn this around and hold it the other way. And I have a little chuck with a threaded bolt sticking out of it. And I was lucky that that fit the hole that I had drilled. If it hadn't, I'm not sure how I would have held this in this position, but it worked. Then I sanded a little bit. This was pretty easy sanding, as it wasn't very big. Then it can just turn onto the rod, and it actually worked. It's just about the right amount of tightness. Tight, but not too tight. Now you can get out of the storage room. Thanks for watching.